she's like, because of his kids, let's forgive him, because for his kids, so he can be there and raise his kids and stuff like that. We all agreed to forgive him. We all agreed to let it go. But people in church needs to get justice. I was supporting everybody in church. Even my best friend got raped by my stepdad. She got pregnant and she did abortion. I tell you guys, mind you, my best friend, right? Mama way. Yalinga mama wa mama wange, because my mom is very young to my best friend's mother, and my best friend's mother is actually her sister. Her real parents died in the car accidents when she was 2 years old, and then her mom, she calls her mom, but her aunt raised her up, and so she grew up calling her mom. Okay, but this woman came into our lives when I was 9 years old, an 08, something like that, because it was before Jean-Claude, our stepdad, married my mom. So that's when my best friend's mom came into our life through my mom, because my mom is a prophet. And I honestly grew up not believing in the prophecy, my mom's prophecy, because I was like, how can this woman who serves God be the same woman putting me through this, making me want to commit suicide, all this stuff? Like, why would God use people like this, like my mom? So I used not to believe in my mom at all. But there is something that happened in there when I was 13 years old, and God gave me a prophecy through her that it actually came to pass in my life exactly the way she said it. It's another long story, but that's what made me actually start believing in her God. Because for me, I grew up saying, Nze nekatonda, this God is not real. Because me, I will never, ever give my life to Christ until I'm like maybe 99 years old. Nganatera okufa aonjakiriza antino. Yes, God is there, maybe so I can go to heaven, if even heaven exists, because I don't believe in heaven because of how my mom treated me. But long story short, because of that prophecy, I changed my mind and changed everything. And from there, I started believing in her God. I started believing in her prophecy. But the reason I say that, just the story of my best friend's mom. So my mom would give messages to people in the church we used to go through. And so she gave a message to my best friend's mom, and, she saw these things come into her life, and her and my mom became friends and stuff like. So she came into her life and she started supporting us. And this time we were still living on streets, guys. That woman started supporting us, and Nazala mama wangi. Okay? So this woman has been there for us. There is no birthday of my mom that came without my best friend's mom celebrating my mom. Oh, she's always the one remembering her birthday. Na yes, stepdaddy wange. This is how he paid her. By pregnanting akana muganda weke yamulekera kubanga yafira mu accident. This is what my stepdad did to pay this woman. Guys, this is the damage my stepdad has done to a lot of people's lives. But long story short, okay, he comes to Sweden. We all agreed to forgive and let go, and like we were like, okay, God is the judge, yada yada, whatever. Kale church nayo noneka buli kimu ne kigenda left webityo ya naye eyo storm neitawo kati anti mama wange kubanga she was very manipulated by this man. Okay, like church honestly, I feel like my mom should have stood with these women in church and really be against this man and fight him so that kanisa esigarewo. But the wrong thing she did was the fact that she still allowed my stepdad to stay with us after everything that was happening, everything that was taking place. Of course, we blamed her. And that's why I even moved out of the house, guys. That's why I took my things when I was 19, and I'm like, I can't deal with this house. I'm out of here, because I just couldn't stand looking at my stepdad in the eyes. It was so disgusting to me. And that's why I left my parents' house. Okay. That's why I left, okay? And then, but when I saw, like, okay, now he comes, even when he came, I didn't go to greet him, yeah? I didn't go to greet him. I just stayed where I was. But everybody was cool with him. Mary was cool with him. And everybody, Jemimah's guys, I told you guys that Jemimah's were young, but like, everybody was cool with him. So I was like, okay, my family is cool with him. But like, to me, I'm like, how am I gonna even go and say hi to this rapist, But I still, to show respect to my mom, I still went ahead and be like, hey, how are you? You're welcome. But I was not talking to him at all, But he stayed in the house. Now, fast forward, years have gone by. Mary became so attached to this man. Like, they were so attached. In between that, I know Mary said something about another man who, wanted to rape her, and my mom arrested him. That man is called Serge. So when we moved to Sweden, this man was also part of a pastor. He was also a pastor in the church that we grew up in Uganda, but they came to Sweden ahead of us. And so the government of Sweden gave him to us to come and help us, integrate. But this man also wanted to sleep with me, okay? This man wanted to sleep with me. But he came into our lives like a father figure. It's like, you guys, I'm going to help you out, yada yada. Long story short, he also wants to sleep with me, but I managed to say no. So, but he managed to also wanting to rape my sister Mary, but I think they got caught before he actually slept with Mary. And that's when my mom opened the case in the court. And the omsangone gumusinga ne omsaja nagamba ntino nze wani nze nali ngende like, I used to go to his place and try to seduce him to sleep with me. But the truth is, he was the one sending me all these pictures and telling me that his wife is ignorant. I said, this man is 45 years old. I'm 18 years old. He wants to marry me. And I told him, like, you're too old to do these things. But he was like, 50 years old and you still marry an 18-year-old. There's nothing wrong with that. We're going to run away and go to Canada and live together, all these messages, I had them. Now when I tell you, these things are going extra mile, okay? I deleted his app and cut contacts with him. Kati mama wange we agenda ne bamusuing mkoti. So that then this guy said that I'm the one who used to seduce him. The court said, Wani, you two are gonna get arrested. Now it's ugenda kusiba because that's, ayo obe because you're already 18 years old. How would you seduce a married man? So ne bangamba, and they take the proof that I did not seduce him. I went, guys, thank God I managed that. I don't know if you guys know the app called Emo, but that time Emo was still trending. So I went and I downloaded the app Emo that this guy used to talk to me. And then the court in again that ne copying messages zonaze twali twogera nono musajja nazireta ne bazigenda just to check if I ever said anything to seduce this guy, and they found out that I was not guilty at all. There is no day I called him. There is no day I responded to his seductions. Nothing. So negumu singa, and that's how they arrested him. Nebamugamba asasule damages akoze ku Mary, okay? But that's how that case happened there. Nae kati wano we took it there. Okay, Katiao, this guy's, my family was cool with Jean-Claude, okay? Jean-Claude is now in Sweden. Kati, Mary is 15 years old. So then my mom started saying, like, Mary, you're too attached to this guy. You know what this guy has done to the church. You know the history of this guy. Like, Mukwano, like, don't play too much with him, because Mary, I don't want anything bad to happen to you, Mary. You need to stop hanging around with this man. But Mary will tell you, oh, Mom, no, everything is fine. Like, we're just friends. He's not doing anything, wrong, stuff like that. Kati, and then one day my sister Mary, she got a job and she worked the whole money she got all summer. Mary went and bought my stepdad a phone, an iPhone, like literally the latest iPhone. To us, that was a red flag. We're like, Mary, how would you buy this man who did this thing to you an iPhone? But your mom. You've never even bought anything to your mom. To me, to us siblings, we were like, what's going on here? Like, why would she do this? But anyways, netubireka kati. Let first forward. Abana ne baba twala, because my stepdad was, he used to be very violent with the kids, and one day he beat one of our younger brother. And then the social service people came and took all the kids away from my mom. My mom had just given birth to a baby, and they took the baby from my mom's breast. They took the baby. They took all the 8 young children. Guys, now when go traumatized. Of course, you'll be traumatized because of that situation. Okay. But Mary has so much love for her family. Mary did fight for those kids to come back. But I mean, again, Swedish people, this is a whole another story. But kwitira mwe yofujwe yokutwala abana, yeah, through ako kavuyo kokutwala abana. That's when now, we wanted to like now sue this man for what he did to Mary, for what he did to people in church, for stuff like that. Kati Mary namugulako musango. Then Mary nagamba, yes, even when I was 15 years old, he raped me again. Kati mama wange weyawulira, like she got confused. Like she was like, Mary, I thought we talked about these things. I thought you told me you are 11 years old. And Mary, I told you to stop playing with this man. You told me everything is okay. You bought him an iPhone. I think everything is okay. And now you're seeing me going through the trauma I'm going through. They just took my kids. Now you're coming to tell me he was raping you when you're 15 years old. You also put yourself in mom's shoes. You will be confused. You'll be like, what happened? Like Mary, we were warning you. We used to warn you. So now, so Katia mama wange now confused. She doesn't know what to do because first of all, she's traumatized because they just took away the kid. Yakazala nebamutwala ko mwana. She's still bleeding in the hospital. They've taken her baby away from her. Cutting like you guys, but you guys want her to now start fighting Mary's case. She's fighting the children's case. Okay. But for me, I was there for Mary. Even Jemimah will tell you, Dorcas will tell you, I was there for Mary when Mary said these things. We opened up a case, and I even told Jemimah, like, Nengamba, Jemimah, you guys need to get out of this house. This man is a rapist. I'm telling you guys, God is our witness. Jemimah got out of the house. Jemimah, she used to live in a house by herself, under 18 years old. And I thought Jemimah was going to die. I started feeling so sad, and I'm like, Mom, Jamie, please go back home so your mom can look after you, because you're gonna die. This is not okay for you. And then I'm forcing a day waka because Bambi, she was growing thin. For me, I'm in America, but again, I'm supporting my sister financially. I'm like, Mary, how much money do you need? Let me know. I send money. Mary, every time she need money, I need help with money, because for me, I was working. I sent her money, and even when we were fighting in the court in Engamba, if they need proof, so I can talk about this guy and my story. But the court did not allow me to speak my part, the Swedish court. We lost the case, okay? And the reason why Mary said the Jemimahs were not there for her to stand there for, the reason why the Jemimahs did not give their proof was the fact that I've told you guys that they were fighting Misango Jali Minji. They were dealing with the kids and dealing with Mary, and then they still want to know, Mary, why did you buy this man the iPhone when we were telling you to stop, playing around him and doing things, but you kept telling us things are okay. So everybody was in confusion. It was a whole mess that was taking place there. But that's what happened in the court. We lost the court. Mary Nemugamba, Mary sent me nziweyo. Like, tell me, my sister, because that's my sister. I feel like she needs justice. I feel like it's not okay for this man to go away with this, because myself too, this man tried to sleep with me. Like, I know a lot of people who can justify this, but the Swedish people, they were being so unfair, and so that's how we lost the court. But guys, financially, emotionally, I've been there for my sister Mary. And the only thing that she's telling the internet that, even Wani Nagamba, you are older, you should have known better. you are, if Mary's gonna come here, if she allows us to talk to all of us be on live, we will come. We will come because we need to help each other. We need to clear the air, okay? If Mary allows all of us to go live, this is not over yet, okay? We just wanted to tell her our story just the way she told her story, okay? But we will all come together. Kubanga twagala tutereze bino ebintu oba mukama ayagadde. If God wanted the net, the social media, the internet to help our family out, so glory be to God. Because at the end of the day, we need peace, okay? We need to heal. We've been through a lot, you know. You guys admire our family, but just like any other family, we are not perfect, okay? We're just like, no one is perfect. We're all just trying to survive in this wicked world, okay? Even though our family is going through what it's going through right now, there is also good things that is happening in our lives as well. Just like you guys too, like everybody shows only the good side of their lives on social media. Nobody shows the other side of what they're going through. If we say all of you guys, the 8,000 people that are here, you guys to start talking, you guys also have things that you're also going through, but you don't talk about them. Nenga, when come about choosing the family J in the public, so the public can help us, sister get justice, can help just end this thing, because it keep repeating itself over and over again. So glory be to God. Who are we to refuse it, you know? So this is the time. This is God's timing. This is the time he wants to, you know, everybody to know the truth of what my family is going through, so we can get justice, I think. But really, that's all I just wanted to tell you guys. That's what happened. That's the whole story. So this is what happened. Jemimah and Dorcas, Jemimah and Dorcas part, Kati, when these guys got a misunderstanding, yeah, bali bogera. Then Jemimah spoke what she spoke. Dorcas spoke. Before I go there, the reason why I told my sister Mary that you're older, you should have known better. First of all, guys, this was years ago, back in 2021, maybe, when things happened, you know. Everybody, like, the family went in shambles. But I was with my sister. I stick with her, you know, through thick and thin. I was there with me and Mary. The Jemimah, am I lying? Dorcas, am I lying? It was just me and Mary. I was there. I'm like, Mary, I'm on your side no matter what, you know. But it just happened one day, you know, when Mary's speaking and she started saying bad things about mom, just disrespecting her. I was trying to tell her about Mary, my sister. Yes, I know you're so mad at mom, but you need to understand where she's coming from. You see, that time whenever mom was talking to you, Mary, mom was like, Mary, stop playing with this man. Mary, why are you buying this man these things? Why did you, all your money that you use, you bought him an iPhone? To mom, you know, that puts a question mark in her. You need to understand her. So, but Mary, she started just abusing mom. She didn't take accountability of, you know, on her part, because she's also not perfect. Just like mom is not perfect, just like I'm not perfect, you know? So that's what I was just trying to tell her, because I told her, Mary, look at me. I was 14 years old. By God's grace, I managed to say no, but everyone's grace is not the same. Me, mukama yanya basikugamba ntino nze ndi mugezi nnyo kubasinga mwenna beyebaka nabo. It's not that I'm smarter than anybody else. No, because God just protected me. And I got married when I was a virgin, because that was the thing I wanted to do since I was younger. So thank God. That was God's grace. Simanyi gange. Ochiraba, naye nze olaba, if I go back in the human nature, Mary, honestly, to talk to you as a worldly person, for me, I could have told you that, Mary, but I was 14 years old and I managed to say no. You were 15 years old. Couldn't you have said no? That's why I said that word. It was just like the way Jemimah told you that she was, you know, giving her an example. It's the same way I brought this thing, guys. It's not to hurt her. And I was just trying to tell her, you know, even though you have all the right to blame your mom, but at least still be respectful, you know, because long story short, that's why I said that thing years ago, okay, that she's using against me. Naye bambi, ebintu ne tubitereza. Everything was good. Everything was good, guys. Everyone was okay all these past years. Mary and mom, recently, they were really close friends. They were best friends, you know. Even when they fought recently, nebanzirukira mami ne Mary. Like, now this is this week, okay? This week. That Wani, you can imagine what this Wani. My mom came to me and she was like, Wani, oh my God, Wani, thank you. If you're the only child I'm gonna have in my life, then so be it, because you're the only one who has never disrespected me and, said anything, to hurt me, regardless of what I've done to you. Wani, God bless you, yada yada. And Mary, and I was like, God, what, guys, what's going on? What's the good news? Because for me, I have good news, like, guys. And then they were like, Mary told me, Wani, there is no good news here. One of your sisters, Dorcas and Jemimah, when if you hear what they just said to me, Jemimah said, oh, for her, she's going to forgive our stepdad. Like, if we were able to forgive mom for what she did, like, she doesn't see why we shouldn't, forgive Jean-Claude and stuff like that. And, I told her, wow, Jemimah say that? Oh my, what's wrong with these kids? Like, what happened to Jemimah? And for me, I'm also that type of a sister. I'm the older sister, so everybody will run to me with, their issues. But for me, I don't attack right away. I give it time and want to listen to the other side before I can, conclude. So I listened to Mary, I listened to mom, and I was like, wow. But then after that, I gave them my advice and everything was good. They were like, oh, Wani, thank you for the advice. Mazimanze, I'm going to cut everybody off, I name Gamba Mary. If it's even me who you feel like I'm making you uncomfortable and that's what's going to bring you peace, anything, it doesn't matter if it's your sister, just cut them off, just for your own peace of mind, because that was not fair for Gemma to say that thing to you, And she was like, yeah, my sister. And then one day she woke up and she left the family group and she was like, Wani, I've chosen to leave the family group because I feel like, me being there is gonna look like hypocrisy, like me laughing with Jemimah and Dorcas after what they say to me. And I'm like, yeah, Mary, I understand you, I understand what you're doing. But then the next day, my mom was talking to, like, I was just giving them a testimony or something. And then my mom was like, yeah, that's why I was actually talking to Mary and telling her, Mary, it's not good that you start fight with your siblings when you're pregnant. I feel like you should wait for you to give birth, so we can all be there to support you, so we can all be there to support you. And after you're done giving birth, then we can all come together and address, the elephant in the room. Tell Jemimah what she